The grind for VRS Box to unlock new weapons in the finals takes well over 100 hours and 20 plus matches, and for a new player experience, that is unacceptable. Welcome to another video, and in this video we're talking about the things that don't make sense in the finals. A list highlighting some questionable issues in the game and coupled with a splash of some constructive solutions. So, without further ado, let's get into it. At the beginning of Season 6, a lot of players like myself were very relieved to see this item was still undergoing maintenance for a rework. But on scrolling to the main menu to discover Terminal Attack is still in the game instead of Banquet has left me scratching my head with more questions than answers. The game mode that has notoriously been described as a wrong fit for the game has left a bad taste in the hearts and minds of players since Season 3 and is rarely ever featured or talked about. Hashtag bring back Banquet, a much better fit for the finals. But Craftsman, it's basically TDM. Yes, but in my opinion, it's kill confirmed with a splash of cash out. Quick cash, TDM, Power Shift, and Banquet, and you have yourself the 4 horsemen of the finals, a more user and beginner friendly good recipe for success. So picture this, you've grinded and acquired enough VRS Box for your next weapon unlock. And regardless of how many tier list videos you've watched on the internet, you finally picked your next weapon only to discover in your hands it sucks. And now you will have to repeat the whole process to unlock your next weapon with the hopes that it doesn't suck. For any game, player retention is key, and the grind to unlock VRS Box for new beginners can be quite tedious and is a direct counter to new player retention. Embark would do itself a solid if it reduced the amount of time it took to unlock new weapons and allow new beginners to try out locked weapons in training mode for a limited time. The option to make more than one weapon available at the beginning of a new player's journey can be a solution, but the grind to acquire enough VRS Box? Make it make sense. Tracking darts, sonar grenade, and thermal vision. Wall hacks and gadgets that are superb in tracking down enemies. All 3 items belong to the light class. Make it make sense. Now granted, a hunter needs his tools to track down his prey, and equipped with the tracking darts that can highlight enemies through walls, plus thermal vision that can reveal invisible players and helps you see through smoke, is more than enough for the light class to fulfill that role. But adding sonar grenade to that list is a bit OTT in my opinion. Make it make sense. Sonar grenade, aka wall hacks for the entire team, is a support gadget and should belong to the medium class. The resident support class in the finals? The golden days that was the medium trifecta of recon senses, near infinite heals, and broken defibs is a thing of the past. And truth be told, medium class went 3 straight seasons without any means of assisting teammates by locating opponents, up until the motion sensor was later allocated. Solely giving the medium class the sonar grenade will not only enhance but solidify the medium class as the support class in the finals. Light should not have any destructive capabilities in the finals.
Wait, what did I just say?
Wait, hear me out. Heavy, frontline tank, medium, support class, light, fragger, insane burst damage, demolition man, reconnaissance, stealth machine. Make it make sense. The fact that light is equipped with 3 stacks of breach charge as compared to heavy's 1c4 is already a mystery, alongside the thermal ball that near enough does the same job as the RPG. Grenades, pyro mines, etc. is more than enough for the little man to run and do some explosive damage. Plus, leaving destructive capabilities to heavy helps better differentiate and define each class's roles and responsibilities. Most destructive ordnance in the game have some sort of sound and visual indication to alert that they have been deployed. For example, mines and C4s, etc. have some sort of beeping sound to show their whereabouts. But apart from your chosen class shouting grenade, there is still no visual indication to show a grenade is within your vicinity. Make it make sense. The grenade did receive a nerf from 2 charges to 1 and got a visual trajectory to aid its deployment. But on the receiving end of a grenade toss, you are still left to your wits, the mercy of your instincts, with the hope that you do not explode into a pile of coins. The grind and level of time investment necessary to level up specializations, gadgets, and equipment in the finals is a bit too varied and can be a bit too grindy. Let me explain. The level of XP gained for using certain gadgets needs to be reviewed. For example, the the turret or dome shield. All that is required is that you deploy it and gain XP for both deployments and getting kills. And for the little time using the turret, I currently have mine at level 7. For dome, for deployment, and damage blocked. But for other devices like the gateway, you only gain XP for deployment, and not for amount of players that use the teleport. So in theory, you'll be required to deploy it at least 11,000 times to gain XP to reach a decent mastery level.
Doesn't make sense.
The requirements to gain XP for certain gadgets needs to be reviewed, and the amount of XP gained should match and in some cases supersede the level of effort required to reach mastery levels. The finals has a robust list of long-range weapons, such as the LH1, Pike, Sniper Rifle, XP54, FCAR. Wait, what?
What? What?
Yes, you heard that right. The XP54, aka the Uzi/MP5, does the exact damage up close as it does at long range, with little to no recoil. Especially the fact that it's an SMG is quite hard to believe.
Makes sense.
It is not uncommon to do battle on open long-range maps such as Kyoto to get eliminated and look up to the kill feed to see it was an XP54 from long range. A damage drop-off at range is highly recommended, and long-range duties should be left to actual long-range weapons. Matchmaking or lack thereof. From quick cash to world tour, matchmaking aka SBMM is non-existent, only in ranked lobbies. Now that could suck for some and be better for others. Let me explain. In casual lobbies, you are at the mercy of RNG. One game you might be lucky to have decent teammates and fight against semi-decent opponents around your skill level. And other games, you might end up in lobbies just like this. Credit goes to Platyplism for this image from Reddit. With SBMM, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. On one side, without SBMM, new players will be exposed to the fact that they will have to go up against Emerald and Ruby players, tryhards and sweatfests, which for them is not fun. On the flip side, with SBMM involved, you will get that casual experience at the start, until you level up your skills, master the game, and you hit a wall, where all your lobbies are sweatfest, tryhards, and non-stop grinding, which again is not fun. The devs for 100% are scratching their heads with this one. And this is one of those grey areas that is quite challenging to solve. And in its current state with RNG involved, the likely or unlikelihood of you getting blessed with the right team composition is never guaranteed. If you have a comment, solution, or proposed idea, feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. And until next time, your gaming craftsman is out.